Obviously happy with the character we showed going down 1-0, coming back to win the game. I thought we created more chances today again, which was good. I thought our possession was a little better as well. I thought we knocked the ball around, fairly well. This is a team that obviously has improved themselves defensively. Chivas, last week they won playing a man down at home. They went, I think, into Montreal, got a tie out of there. So they're a team that's obviously played things close. They played it close today as well. We're a little unlucky with, I guess, Brad being offsides on that third one. It would have been nice to get the third one, but I'm pleased, with our performance. I thought it was an upgrade over how we played last week, and we got to continue to just concentrate on playing good soccer.
When Brad's central, what more can you get out of him than you can when he's wide?
Well, obviously the goal is the thing with Brad. That's one of the reasons we made the change today is Brad will play a little more attacking in that position and close that gap behind the forwards where Servando's tendency is to play a little deeper. So Brad gets a goal as a result of that, the run forward. Later in the game then we've got to encourage Brad to stay a little bit, so we can lock it up a little bit. Then he becomes almost he made one run where he ran past both forwards looking for a ball, and there's only like 15 minutes to go in the game. So there he has to, make a little bit more of a conservative decision. But that was the reason we made the change, because we thought Brad could give us more things going forward from that position.
Is that potentially a long-term change where he's going to get some minutes at center mid?
Yeah, I think it is right now. Obviously, we had pushed him wide, thinking that Chalry was going to get more minutes in there. With his injury and taking as long as it is, we need, Brad in the middle, because the Brad and Ozzy's combination, they've got a lot of games together. So there's an understanding that's there, but it's also their strengths play off of each other a little bit better.
Does that simplify Ozzy's job as well?
Yeah, a little bit, but what it really does is it gives Ozzy a player he can play forward to rather than play square to, and that makes a big difference.
What did you think of Morrow today?
Tomorrow was good. I thought his energy was good in the first half, and we took him out mainly because we thought he was getting tired at that point, and just helping us defend on that side of the field. He was starting to a player like him is always going to cheat offensively at the right times, but was starting to cheat maybe at the wrong times a little bit. But I thought he put a really good shift in today. 70 minutes were good.
Was the sub for Martin's planned, or was that kind of a result of that knock he picked up?
No, I was thinking about, as we got into injury time, or depending on how it went, of going with 5 in the back. So I was either going to take Nagel out or Martins and just stay with one up front and go into like a 5-4-1 just to finish it up, bring Zach in to help us in the air in the back. When Oba went down with that knock, it just made sense to make that change.
Do you know how Oba is?
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Was that a weight on Rosales' shoulder, not having goals or assists in his last 8 games?
You'd have to ask him that question. Obviously, he always wants to be involved in goals and assists, and good for him to get an assist today and to get off that mark. But I thought he got us into some good positions. He laid some good balls off. He made some final passes for us today, and that was important.
Martin's also had a couple assists. Is that part of his game that you're kind of looking forward to seeing a little more of?
Yeah, I think he can set people up, he did it, the one game here at home when we beat Vancouver, when he laid the ball across to Nagel for the game winner, and today, he gets the assist on the ball to Brad, he gets the first assist on the goal that gets scored by Lamar as well. So, it's a part of his game that he certainly is able to add as well. And a player like that, you want him involved in goals. So when you look at it now, I think, what does he have? 6 goals and 3 assists. So, he's involved in 9 goals in as many games almost. So I think that's a good thing.
What made you decide to go with Pat tonight?
Just a hunch. He's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. So I figured it was time to dust him off and get him on a field and see if he still knew how to play.
Particularly if Spurning's about to come back, what do you think you got from Weber both tonight and during this period?
I thought Weber obviously came up with a very big save going to his left on that one. So he did very well. I thought his footwork in terms of his distribution in the back of the ball with his feet, was good. Allowed us to get out of the back at times, very good, where we actually could change through him, and I thought he did that well. Obviously we got to see where Geschpernik's at. We got to see where Hanneman's at next week, and Weber's still here, until those two guys get healthy.
Just a 2-1 scoreline, but did it feel like it was kind of a maybe momentum-changing performance? I think it was probably a season high in shots.
It was 3 points, so the scoreline was 2-1 or 3-1 or 1-0. Doesn't matter as long as it was 3 points for me. But I thought I was pleased that we played better soccer today, and that was the emphasis before the game. Is let's not worry about the W. The W will take care of itself. Let's go out, let's play good soccer. Let's be immersed in the game. Let's be focused. Let's have our full concentration level. And I thought we had that for the majority of the game. I know the goal we gave up. Jimmy held up his hand on that. He botched up that play. But we made one mental mistake, I thought, towards the end of the first half, where we played a short free kick in injury time that we shouldn't have done and almost caused ourselves some problems there. But outside of that, I thought mentally we were pretty good tonight. We were alert and we were in the game, which is important.
Nagel's got 5 goals, which is ties a career high. 3 of them are winners, which is tied for a team high for you guys. What were you expecting out of him this year?
Well, we were expecting to see Lamar Nagel, who left here. I think his year in Montreal for him ended up being a little bit of a lost year. He wasn't maybe comfortable, played a little bit on the wing and so forth. And when he first came here, he seemed to be off on his touch and everything else. And I think slowly and gradually his confidence has grown. But we always felt Lamar was the kind of player, whether we play him on the wing or play him up front, that he can be dangerous and he can score. The one where he cut in tonight and hit that right-footed shot that made Kennedy go to his left was a good save. He can do things like that coming from the flank. So he's given us what we expected. That's the reason we made the trade to bring him back. And I think he's most comfortable here in Seattle, so that helps him play better.
Was this a better game from him than the last few?
Yeah, I think so. I think he did a better job of holding up the ball and connecting again. And that's something we've really been talking a lot about this week, that he's got to do a good job with his hold-up play and complete his passes in and reduce his turnovers.
And now you get Eddie back. What do you think of the game today?
Obviously for the USA, a good win. I thought Panama played it pretty close to the vest early on, did a good job of packing it in and defended well. And, for the U.S., it's always a great accomplishment when you can win a Gold Cup. So it was good. It's a good thing they won, because Jurgen was in jail there, so he needed to get out of jail.
Was Rose not available with the hamstring, or was that coach's?
Coach's decision.
One thing, I'm sorry if I'm kind of late on this, but how big was it for this team to get the 3 points today instead of just getting the time and getting the 3 points and moving back up into the stadium?
Well, it was an important 3 points, especially with the way the results went this weekend. I think the results for us were very favorable, with the teams ahead of us in the standings all losing, with the exception of Colorado. And so now with those 3 points, and we still have games in hand, but the games in hand aren't worth anything unless you get points. So now we got to go out next week and got to get 3 points again in our homestand, get a new record for undefeated streak at home. Have that be this year's, but we get 3 points, then we'll keep going and we'll start making up that gap.
Does it feel like that CenturyLink is becoming, a real home field advantage? It doesn't seem like it's always been as big of one as you wanted it to be.
Well, it's always a motivation for the opponent. For a team like Chivas, tonight they played in front of maybe more fans than they've played in front of the whole season combined at home. I probably shouldn't have said that, huh? Teams come in here and it's a motivating factor for them. I've said that before. But on the same token, it's also a motivating factor for us. And especially when we go down 1-0, our crowd stays behind us. We started creating chances. We started to pick up the tempo of the game. And then the guys could feed off the energy of the crowd, and it became important for us. And that was a big reason we were able to come back.
Anything else?
it?